So we're going to talk about pets in halacha. What does the state say about pets and animals? And different shaykhs. So that's what the Gemara calls it. Kelavra.
What is Shulchan Aruch called it?
Kelavra. Saying the shaykhs are talking about every dog or specific dogs.
Well, I would imagine there is, because everybody has one.
So nowadays there's pets.
No knives?
For sure, I don't know if things were a few hundred years ago, but definitely nowadays pets are becoming a lot more common. Everyone's getting a pet. Yeah, cats and dogs and hula. And I don't know. I have the impression that it seems that a while back, going back 100, 200 years ago, it wasn't so common having pets. Al Kapanim by Yidden. So I'm not. So what's the verse? So before I looked into the Kodesh, so the Pashtus Avart is saying people didn't look for companionship by animals. You're looking for companionship, a happy. You look for a ben adam. So then people eventually found out that it's easier to have a companionship with animals. They don't say no nice things to you. You don't get them upset. And I don't know. I thought maybe that's the word. People you look for companionship with the ben adam, not with the behemoth. But whatever, I was stopping with the first thing I thought, but talking about Makedis in what some place can actually say. So there's a Gemara in Bava Kama that has a whole deal about dogs. About it's also the gadol kelev ra. You're not allowed to have a bad dog. So sometimes one place in the Gemara it says stam kelev. I think it's a Mishnah. I think it says stam kelev. He's also the gadol kelev. And another place in the Gemara it says kelev ra. It says also to have a bad dog. Shines, what if you have a good dog? What's a bad dog and a good dog? If you have a dog that's not bad, is it okay? And so what's the issue with the dog? So Rashi teaches on the Mishnah. The issue with the dog is because it's a sakana. It could kill people. It could hurt people. And there's also a mice in the Gemara that a lady came to someone's house to bake something, and she came their dog ran out and started barking. And the owner told her, and she got very frightened, and the owner told her, don't be scared, he doesn't have any teeth. So he told her, well, it's too late now. He said, I'm already in the process of a miscarriage because of the fright that she had. So she felt the baby slipping and she was having a miscarriage. So Rashi says that's the reason why it's also the gadol kelev. So because first of all it's dangerous, it can harm people, it can harm people physically but through biting, and also even if it's not biting, but if a dog that barks, that's always barking at people, it's also usher, even though it's not going to harm people, but it'll scare people through biting, it's also usher to have it. And so the Amshal Shleim over there using like what's the difference between kelev? But it says nafki kelev ra. Is there a difference between a stam kelev or a kelev ra? So the Amshal Shleima, he says that and Alter Rebbe and Shulchan and Alter Rebbe passings like that also. That there's a difference. Nafki kelev ra, nafki kelev which will hurt people or where that bark at people whenever they come in. That's the type of dog that is also to have unless you have it always on a chain. So then people won't be afraid. Before we go to that, there's interesting too from Yaakov Endens. He writes very sharply against dogs. He says all dogs are awesome. There's no difference between a kelev ra or a kelev she'enei ra. And the tshuva, it's in Siman Chelik Aleph Siman Yud Zayin. The beginning of the tshuva was about someone asked him, is the chiyuv to feed your animals before you eat yourself, does that apply to dogs and cats also? That was a shayla. So he says, what's the reason you have to feed them first? Because they do things for you, they help you, they serve you. So he starts with saying about the cats and dogs, they do a gewaldige thing for people. Cats, they catch the mice and they do that and they do lots of work for you. And he says also dogs he says that first he starts with Vishabefta and he says it's a even neman la'adeinav, it's his faithful servant, or the last man's best friend. Lishmer habayis mi'arei, guards the house from lions and from thieves at nighttime. So he says, Avada, you have to feed the dogs.
When was he around the Yaakov? What period?
He was before, exactly what year? Up in the 1700s. He was before the Alter Rebbe.
Before the Alter Rebbe.
Yeah. So first he says, Avada, you have to feed them first. And then at the end of the tshuva in parentheses, he gives this guy over the head, that like, how you they have all these dogs in your house. That's in the first Maramakim. He says, "The Sharilei Mari Laplania Shigidol Meha and the Shigidol Meha Madarim Seich Vese." You should forgive him that he has all these dogs in his house. Shafil Echolei Hatiru b'Mishnah. No one, even in the Mishnah, no one was matter to have dogs. Elin came kosher b'shalsheles unless it's tied with the chain. The Isbeli Tusa the Rabbana Nachman al-San. Not only that Chachamim said order someone who grows up dogs in his house and doesn't keep them chained the way he's supposed to, that there's a curse on him. Shahamegadol Klovim Kemegadol Chazedim Lamekam Olav order. That he has this curse. But the Chilko placing me Kelev Kelev. And he says placing word mechalik, whether it's a Kelev Ra, a bad dog that barks and attacks people or doesn't. He says the like Kaimula and Eilachir the Amshel Shleimas is mechalik. He says like Kaimula and command the Shari b'Chayfrin. We don't pass him like the Amshel Shleimas says Chayfrin, the small nice dogs that don't bark. Those are okay. He says the Yechidahu is a Dachitas Yachid Shchicha Nami Sakanta Bekulu Kamishir Kana Pamir Achman Asan V'Chosakanta L'Chumra. He says, and even those dogs is also a danger, as he says that has happened, and therefore it's usher. The next line is a funny line. He says, "I the chayv of a reitzel he snats leimishem begeshem legadlan seich ishtei mitnei habatova." He's trying to emphasize himself. You know why he has his dogs? Because his wife has something to do. He needs to entertain her. He needs the dogs to entertain his wife at home. Yeah, he says chashash zima and whatever. Sorry, there. That's also that's not an excuse. The gamish meishav leitzin also lischegimoen shomamish meisa arelim bar minon. He says that it's mamish the meisa what the goyim do bar minon. The dai bezeh har lo isen shemas. Yeah, that's enough for someone who will listen. Yeah, so he writes very sharply. So he's very machmir. He's not mechalik between. He says all types of dogs are usher. And but the Amshel Shleim, the Alter Rebbe passings like that Dafke Kelev Ra, a dog that always barks at everyone, or the dog that'll hurt people, or that always barks at everyone. Those types of dogs are usher. So Alter Rebbe is in the second Maramakim. Number 2, the Alter Rebbe says in Hilchos Shmiras Haguf HaNefesh Siv Gimel, Kol Hamaniach Gage B'lei Maika. Someone who leaves his roof without a gate around it, he's aver on a mitzvah, he's mevatel mitzvah asi, and he's aver on leisasi. Shneimar says leisasin damim beveisecha. You shouldn't leisasin damim. You shouldn't leave a place for people to get hurt. He says echad gag echad kol davar sheish beisakana. Anything which is mesukan. Anything that is fitting for a person to get hurt, to get killed in it, is a Mrs. Asi to get rid of it, and a Mrs. Lisa say to have it. Please to remove it. Fine. So Alter Rebbe talks about that. Then Alter Rebbe says that this Mrs. Lisa say and Lisa say applies also to having a kelev ra. V'chein hamegadol kelev ra. So to someone who has a bad dog in his house, even if it doesn't bite, just it barks. It's also Isur Deraisa. A lady might have a miscarriage because of the fright. And anyone who has these dogs in his house, on him is the curse that Chachamim made, just like they made about someone who has pigs in his house. The imhu kasher b'shalshela shal barzel muter. If he has this kelev ra tied up with a metal chain, so then people can't hurt anyone, and people won't be afraid of it. So then it's muter. Sha'az ein moiru pachad adam imenu. Then people won't be afraid of it. Meaning, but the terrible. But not ad kidei kach that you have to worry that people are going to get hurt. You see, it's chained up, so. Yeah. Fine. He said, but the one exception is if you're living in a dangerous place where there are thieves and people come in, so then it's okay to have a kelev ra, to let it loose, but only at nighttime. At day you have to have it chained up because people aren't coming to rob you by day, and at nighttime you have to let it loose. So he says, they need the dog to protect them. Fine. The next paragraph, the Alter says this is all in regards to kelev ra, bad dog. The kelev she'einu ra, if it's not a bad dog, meaning she'einu min habeach al adam, it doesn't bark at people. Mutal legadlei b'chol makom. You're allowed to have it anywhere. Ve'ein tzarich lekashroi klal. You don't need to tie it up. Va'achshav nagu lahakel b'gidul kelev she'ini kasher b'yoyim. Now people they're makel. They have dogs which are bark and do things, and they don't tie them at day. Ve'ishin dalei mischus im inei noishech. If it doesn't bite, minitchu dvarov, but that's not halacha. V'lachin kol yirei shemayim yizar she'hi kasher b'shal shel barzel ad shosha b'nei adam hilchin lishan. Should be tied up. A dangerous dog, a dog that barks at people, should be tied up until everyone goes to sleep. I feel any noishech min habeach, even if it only doesn't bite, only barks. So that's the deal with the kelev ra. Even if it doesn't bite, just barks. If you don't have it chained up during the day, and at nighttime, if it's not a dangerous place, there's issa that I said to have it, and this is asking to get rid of it.
Why say it's an issa?
Meaning to not be semich on the limit schus that where it's in a dangerous place and you have to have it open even at nighttime, even during the day. There's a limit schus. I think is the Yamshel Shleimah. He says people are makel, they have it untied also by day, and they say since there are a lot of going around and they make a lot of tzaros for the yidden, therefore even during the day it's considered like a smuchlas far, and even during the day it's okay to have it open. That's a limit schus. But if you don't have that limit schus, there's a missus asay and missus leis asay. Not either to not get rid of it or to have it chained up. And you also get into the shayla. You also, besides for that, you also have the issue of niskei shchenim. If it's barking at nighttime in the morning and your neighbor's having a hard time sleeping, so there's other halachic issues that come up. Right, that's in the geya to a dog. There's going on to other animals. There's a tzava from Rabbi Yehuda Chassid. He says that you shouldn't have doves inside your house. He says terrible things happen to people who have doves in their house. He says number 3. He says Lei gadel adam teidim b'nei yona seich beis in his house. Lafish habayis hashe yigadlu bo yamusum banav eva yelezera. So the shayla is what's going on. What's
It's not
what's going on? So it's brought down by some other. Some people I didn't get to see what everyone says about it. I saw what some people want to say because it's impossible to have these types of birds without causing them tsar, without causing tsar balei chayim. And therefore, because of tsar balei chayim you did to them, these things are gonna happen. So yeah, I'm not sure if everyone's name like this. But there's just by himself there's famous shuv on the Nida Yehuda that he says that not everything in the Savav Yehuda Chassid is meant for everyone. He wants to say that it was written for his children and his family. Not everything over there is for everyone. What the shayla he was talking about, the Nida Yehuda, and what the shayla was being asked him was someone was supposed to get married, and the chassin got sick. And they added on a name for him to get better. They added a name, and that name is the same name as his future shver. So the shayla was getting married now. How could they get married? So Rabbi Yehuda, because in the Savah, Rabbi Yehuda Chassid says that you shouldn't have the same name as your in-laws. So he says, so his Nida Yehuda says, he says it's clear against the Shas. He says there are plenty of mice in the Gemara where people have the same names as their in-laws. So he says, how can you say go against something with Furush which is in Chazal? So now you have to say Pshat is that it wasn't for everyone; it was only for his family. And since it's so Baruch HaKodesh that his Einaklach, the marriages weren't going to go well with the people that had the same names, so he told it was for his family. He says, no, it's not a Hirad L'Rabin. This is number 4. He says, Aklal HaGodon, it's in Nadir Tinyana Eben Ezer Simin Ein Tes, in Shiva of the Nida Yehuda. He says, Aklal HaGodon, She'en L'chol Chachamim, She'achar Talmud, Rishus Li Mardav V'negah HaTalmud. Chacham after the Gemara, can't be chaylik with what it says over there. But another hand, when you find someone who you know that he's Taki Yerushalayim, Bli Safek, he's an emissary Yid. There's a Talmud Chacham and a grace of men. Shekasa b'seif v'dav ha'seiser l'divri ha'Talmud, something which goes clarified. And the Gemara says, Chayav imanu lemishchuni nafshi and letaris zvarid. We're mechuyev to try to find for what did he really mean? What did he really mean? That shouldn't go against the Gemara. Either that he only meant was a temporary thing, or just for a certain family. But the Gemara that talks for everyone. So if he wanted to say, in that case, he gives the example. He says, he says things which are almost also to listen to. What is it? He says, the Gemara doesn't say people have the same names, it says who they married. The Gemara says that someone shouldn't marry his niece. It's a mitzvah to do that. Who Aimer Shleisa of Abu Bnei Shnei Achais should marry two sisters. Papa Bnei Nasur Shtei Banis Shel Amasura. You see, the Taka did it. How could he say something else also when he sees the God that he did do it? He says, Elamai. You have to say if you're saying this to everyone, how do you say so? We wouldn't be allowed to listen to him. It says Avala Emes. What you have to say? Avala Emes. You have to say that he was talking to his family. So the daily is Kira Beruach Hakodesh Shezare Leyatzliach V'Zivugin Keila. He saw in Beruach Hakodesh that his kids the shidduchim weren't going to turn out too well with these types of shidduchim. Therefore, it's not a question, it's not an issue that he's doing against the Gemara. The Gemara is talking in general for everyone. He ala prat. So he ala prat. He goes on to say another thing, whatever. But so this is the big shayla. I'm saying Lepel, we do take on a lot of things from Rabbi Yehuda Chassid. Yeah. So how do you decide one yes, one no? So that's when you get to that. So the next shayla comes to touching animals on Shabbos. Are animals muksum? So the Gemara says that Bali Chaim are muksum. So the shayla is what about pets? So what about pets? So it's a machlekes rishonim, and Alter Rebbe Pasha says that it's also. Alter Rebbe is in the first in number 5, other side of the page. Alter Rebbe in Simin Shin Ches Sif Ayin Ches. Alter Rebbe says also l'taltal behema eichaya eif mipnei she'einin ru'uyin b'Shabbos kishem chayim. You're not allowed to touch animals on Shabbos because they're not roy. I'm saying, what are animals for? They're for eating, right? Animals are for eating. You can't eat them on Shabbos on their muksa. And even a bird, which you could use it, you could also use it to distract a kid from when he's crying. It's also l'taltal. Even this bird, you're not allowed to use it to entertain a child. But still, it's not if you could tip over a basket in front of the birds. Yeah, there's no issue making it jump on it. Even though you can't move this basket while the chickens are on it, it's not an issue. That's what the Alter Rebbe says. So where does the Alter Rebbe come from? The Alter Rebbe is coming from a thesis. Machlekes and thesis. If a bird which you can use to entertain your children that the kids can play with on Shabbos, is that in Muksa? So Tesis says, so the Gemara says, "Hachmai skinan the isbe afreach meis." The Gemara says, "Talking about shayla of Muksa, there's a dead bird in it, and therefore there's a tilton." So shayla is why dafka a dead bird? What about a live bird? A live bird is not Muksa. So that's the first shita. And Tesis have Pirshav ben Yosef. Leinak et afreach chai mishum dechai chazi l'shatik lishtek beitina kishabeichen. The Gemara didn't say that. He's talking about a live bird because a live bird is not Muksa because you can use it to play with a kid. When he's crying, he'll play with it, he'll have fun. So that's the first shit. The first shit that says that an animal you can play with and entertain yourself is not muksa. But then Tesis goes weiter. The Einira, the Habahida, he disagrees. The Habahida Kifin is something Hafrechin. This is the Gemara says you're allowed to tip over a basket in order that the birds can climb on it. Mashma the Osla Taltal, that you're not allowed to move the basket while the birds are on it. Voidime Chaim Shari, and not only that, if you're allowed to move them while they're alive. Amai Kamar b'samach the Meid Rabbi Shimon Bali Chaim Shemesu Shasurin. Why do we say that Rabbi Shimon is made of Bali Chaim that died that they're osur? The Bali Chaim muksin him.
What's your logic?
Okay, actually, I missed that part. I'm not sure. Getting to remember what the right from the Gemara over there was. So upon this is some machlekes rishonim whether animals which you could play with are muksa on Shabbos. So the Alter Rebbe, so there are quite a few rishonim that are makel. There's the Maracher Zarua and some achrein also the Hilchas Ketanis who are makel. But the Alter Rebbe says that it's also. Alter Rebbe says it's also. Some achreinim want to be malamitzchus that maybe this is dafke birds which weren't meant for entertainment. The birds were meant for eating. Sometimes you use it for flying also. If you have the tet which is only there, which is only there for entertainment. You have one of these talking birds, the singing birds. That was the shayla the old achreinim were talking about. Sifra metaberes, maybe over there. Or you have a dog or a cat which is not meant for eating. It's only meant for entertainment.
Why are you comparing birds to cattle?
Meaning that a type of bird that's not meant for entertainment.
No, you see that all the Mefarshim and by halacha, separate a dog for a separate dinner. So why are we comparing over here?
But what's the reason? What's the reason animals are also? The reason animals are also because you have no use for it. They're meant for eating. They're meant for doing things.
Dog they have use for it.
What do you do with it on Shabbos?
It does sometimes all week long, so whatever it does all week long.
Tiltal, you never metaltal. The things it does on his own. You never metaltal it. Why?
What do you mean by tiltal?
Tiltal, touching it, moving it. So some achrein you want to be mechalik, and maybe dafke back then. It's not talking about which are. It's not talking about animals which are designated just for entertainment and for petting and playing with. But whatever, pashas, whatever. The achrein say you should be.
Even for entertainment, in Hilchas Muksa talks about that toys for kids are muksa because they have no use. They're also betul, they have no use.
Talks about a ball. I'm talking about the ball. I don't remember the dinner there, but that was is it because it doesn't have a teras kli, or it's because some toys are muksa. Could be over there because it didn't have a teras kli. I don't remember. So so that's nice.
You don't say a chay that's happening by a behemoth?
That has to do with hitzah. That doesn't have to do with muksa. That's a shayla of carrying. Okay. Muksa is muksa. You say if you could be makel the animal if you needed to move, you needed to go somewhere else. You could push it, or you could push it from the side. But it's not like to pet and play with them. A lot of achreinim are also achreinim say to be machmir. And Pashas has a smash from Alter Rebbe. What about makim tsar balei chayim? If the animal gets hurt or something, can you pick it up? Can you bring? Can you call the vet? Can you call the ambulance on Shabbos if your dog got hurt? So someone someone's by your house for Shabbos. They're staying nice, so their dog got hit by a car, and they're all worried. They call the ambulance. Something. Sakanas tefashes. When could he be make of the tzar? So I'm saying when could he make of the tzar in making tzar v'alichay? And so it didn't should be number whatever in the next one without a number. In Alter Rebbe says in Siman Shin Hey Sid Chavav, if an animal fell into a pit and it got hurt and it can't come out, what could he do? So it says he can bring the food, or he could put cushions in there to try to help it climb out, but you're not allowed to touch it because it's muksa. Then Alter Rebbe says with your hands, even also al gabi akodim, if it didn't climb out on the pillows on its own, afilu tamos, even if it's going to die over there, sham mipnei shehi muksa. Since it's muksa, v'lehi tiru tiltul muksa af makim tzar balei chayim. Even makim tzar balei chayim, which is a chayda mitzvah sasit, it's a mitzvah mitzvah. Sheyesh why? Sheyesh keich biad chacham in aker davar min atayda. Sheval tasi. Chacham have a keich to be aker mitzvah atayda b'sheval tasi. So here when it comes to mitzvah, even though there's a mitzvah, all the mitzvahs and atayda sarba is sarba like chayin. Still, b'makim muksa, you can't be mekel to do muksa. Then Alter brings another shit to his mekel. V'yesh matirin l'halisa b'yadayim yishum tzar b'alei chayim. There's a shit that says that you could be mekel makim tzar b'alei chayim nitzan muksa to pick up the animal and to help it.
If hefsim
Mishum tzar b'alei chayim v'yeshlis mechadayim b'makim hefsim in the it's a big hefsim. Then you could be mekel. And then aval the other and is off aval diri hakol mutter lein lenochil halisam. But for sure, middle akum is mutter milking sarvalichaim. Yes, so you can definitely tell a guy to call the ambulance if your animal gets hurt and needs to go to the hospital. So you can ask a guy to call the vet. And fine. So then the next shayla is having animals going outside with collars and leashes, taking it for a walk. Is that okay on Shabbos? So,
You're not allowed to have animals to begin with.
Hmm?
We started off saying you're not allowed to have it all. And now we're up to...
Kelevra. A bad dog. Dogs that bark at you, but if it's a nice dog, it's
all dogs bark.
Yeah, if you have a nice...
And then we came from there to taking them out for a walk already. Doing good.
If you found such a dog, let's say you're taking your cat for a walk, yeah?
Cat doesn't bark. There's some people, there's some two-legged animals that bark.
Mm-hmm. So first, there's Mrs. Asi Shvisas Behemte. Having an animal walk outside carrying things for Yinoshus Rabin is this Mrs. Asi to not have to carry things on Shabbos outside.
It's also him has to rest too.
Has to rest, yeah. This is in the Itmar Mokin. The Alter in Simshon Heisef says, "Kfani Sparva Simulation Menvav She'adam Mitzuva Al Shvisas Behemti Min Ateiru." I mean, Ateiru person Mitzuva to have his animals rest as well. The Im Behemti Hitzia Isa Davar L'Shus Rabin. If your animals carry something out that you put on Shabbos, Ashi Yatsa Smeil Over Hu Al Mitzvah Asay Shalteiru. Even though it went outside the L'Shus Rabin so on, you're able on Mitzvah Asay. So what things? So what about a collar or a leash or things like that? Is it not allowed to go out with it on Shabbos? So Al Tareb says, mixas devarim shederach habehema what says behem. There's some things which the derech of the behema to go out with it bechel during the week. Af kasheina neisas masi, even when it's not carrying weights. And these things that it's always normal for the animal to go around these things, it's considered a tachshit. It's like part of its it's like a garment. And it's like mutter shatitze behem shesarab neshamas, and it's allowed to go out with it. Be'eluhem kol dar shabehim mishtameres al yadish leitivrach. Anything which is there to protect the animal that it shouldn't run away. Kashaylachas b'shesarabim could go in resa, and if you have the reins, ukiyetze boy, ukameishis boy, as will be explained, the efshel l'shamra b'shmira pchusim yisu harbe, and you can't keep the animal guarded without this, so that's mutter. The things which are not necessary to take it to protect to guard the animal, that's awesome. And one of the Gemais out that brings in the 9th Ma'at Makim is a collar. The collar is over there so you could take the dog, you could hold it when you need to, so that's also fine. That's in the 9th Ma'at Makim in also in Shenhei Siv Zayin. Al Rebbe says Bali Hashir, animals that go around with collars and with chains, Kegoyin Klovim Shal Tzayadim, hunting dogs, v'chayis ktani sheish lehem kamina tzada savis havara, and the other small animals which have a collar around its neck, b'tabas kavua boy, and there's a ring in it, umachnisin ritzua b'tabas, and you put the rope through that ring, u'meishchin neisa ba, and you pull with it, mutar sheitzu b'shir zelishus rabim, v'yachal mashchan boy kedaki l'chel. You're allowed to, the animal's not to go out with this collar on Shabbos, you're not allowed to pull it with it. So the collar is okay. And what about with the leash? So the leash is also fine because that's like part of the collar. You need it there to, you need it there to guard it. But Al Tareb says there's two tanoim that you need to be careful about when holding the leash. You have to hold the leash in a specific way. In number 10, Al Tareb says in Sifya Tes, Al Tareb says first of all, it's, let's say the end of it can hang out of your hand. That the collars, the leash is attached to the dog, so when it comes to your hand, you have to be holding the end of it. It can't be hanging out of your hand because it looks like you're carrying something else, which is not for the dog. And also, it can hang when the rope is in your hand going to the dog. It can sag down to within a tefach of the ground, within 3 tefachim.
The ground will sag down, or the line can't sag.
Yeah, because then it looks like you're carrying something else. It has to be clearly visible. Everything you're holding is directly connected to the dog. And this is number 10. Al Tareb says. Also, when it takes out an animal and he's pulling with the rope, with the leash, it shouldn't go out a tefach from his hand. Zebiyal. It seems like this chevel, this chevel you're carrying in your hands, but in a nirashu it's not as visible that it's connected to the dog. And the second thing the Alter says, between your hand and the dog, sorry, not 3 tefach, 1 tefach. It has to be higher than a tefach off the ground. You shouldn't leave too much rope that shouldn't sag down too much. It shouldn't sag down until it reaches within tefach of the ground. In order that people should see that it's being pulled by the rope. It's not visible that you're holding it in your leash. The chevel acher might look to someone that you're not carrying a rope. If the rope is too long, so wrap it a few times around the dog's neck or the animal's neck to make it shorter.
Interessant.
Yeah, those are some of the dinner.
Not the
Yeah.